Hi, in this video I'm going to show how you can draw a straight line and use it to start creating your own designs. In the video I'm going to cover stroke width, stroke style and align nodes. Now shown here are some examples of designs I created from this straight line. I can then take these lines that I created and make more designs, as shown here. I started with this curvy line, I duplicated it, I just moved it around to create different looks. And the same with the zigzag line. I used that to create different looks. So obviously to start I need a line. So I like to select this one to draw my line. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word. So just click on that. Then I'll just click on the canvas, move it the distance I want it to be, then double click. I should also mention that for mode, I've just got it on the first selection to create a regular path. Right, I've got my line. I can see it's not straight and I want it to be straight. So I'm going to click to edit the nodes. I'm going to select the nodes. Now I need to align them. So I'll open alignment. Over here in align, the top I've got align, I've got distribute, then down the bottom I've got a section just for nodes. Just like the image, it's not hard to pick which one you need. I want them to be horizontal, and I can see this image has the nodes horizontal. And if I hover the mouse, I get an explanation. That's the one I need. So I'll just click on that. You can see that they're now perfectly in line. Now to create a zigzag line, I find the easiest way is just add more nodes in between. So I'll just click on the plus to insert new nodes. Now if you watch, each time I click on it, it puts them central in between the existing ones. So when I click on the plus again, I know I'll get one central here, here, and here. So let's just click on it, and maybe once more. Now I can see all these nodes are blue, so I know they're all selected. So if I just click off anywhere else on the screen, they'll be deselected. To create a zigzag type look, I'm going to select every second node. So I'm starting on the second one, hold down the shift key, and then just click on every second one. Just come along the line and click on every second one. I can see them changing blue, so I know they're selected. Then I'm just going to use the arrow key on my keyboard and move those selected nodes up. So at the moment I've got one line. I want to create 3 different looks to start with, so I'll duplicate it twice. Let's just move them apart. So I've got 3 lines, but they're all the same, and I want them to be different. So I'm going to change the stroke width and the stroke style. So I'll just click on this icon here to open the options to change the stroke width and the style. At the moment it's on fill. If I come to this last tab, it's stroke style. The top here I can change the width, I can change the join, and the join is actually this part here, and the cap is the actual end. Now the one selected at the moment, the join is a miter join and the cap is a butt cap. I can tell because this box is shaded blue. I might actually leave that one like that. So with this next one, I'm going to change it so it's very round looking. Let's zoom in. Now at the moment we've got a square corner. I'll click on round join and see how it rounded. The same at the cap here. It's very square. If I've got a round shape, I don't want a square end. So for cap, I'm going to change it to round. And the third one, I'll pick the third option, which is bevel join. So let's zoom in and look what happens when I click on bevel. So it's straight across the top now. And for the cap, I might change it to square. Now, these don't actually look much different to each other. They will look more exaggerated when you thicken the stroke line. At the moment I can see that stroke line is only 0.5 millimetre, which isn't going to cut out very well at all. So I'll thicken this stroke line. I might make it say 6 millimetres, which is pretty thick. So I'm just typing in 6 and pressing enter on the keyboard. You can more clearly now see the bevel join. Let's move to the next one. I might make this say 3 millimetres. See, that one looks much rounder now. And for this one, I just might make it 2 millimetres. Made each one of these a different thickness is just to give you an idea of how you can get a different look by changing the stroke width. Just close the box. You may recall at the beginning of the video I actually had 4 different lines. One of them was very round. What I did, I selected this one, duplicated it, because I want to keep that one as well. While this is still a stroke line, I double clicked so all the nodes were visible. I selected all of them. Then up here you've got these little nodes that you can change. This first one will make them corner nodes, but this second one will make them all smooth. When I click on that, you just have a look at the nodes I've selected. They will change. See how this is much rounder now? So I've now got 4 different looks. Now if I want to print these, I can go ahead right now, but I can't cut them out. Let's have a look in outline mode. See, I've got a single line, and that is where my blade is going to cut. So I need to change these from a stroke line to an object. Now to save time, I can do them all at once. So I'll just drag the mouse around all of them. I'll go path, stroke to path. You can see now they've changed, and that's how they will cut out. So far we've got 4 different looks from one straight line. Let's grab one of these lines and play around a bit more. I'm going to duplicate this, then I'm going to flip it vertical. See, straight off I've got a different look. I happen to like that design and I want to keep it, but I also want to continue trying different things. So I'll just select the design, I'll duplicate it, move it down, clicking onto a blank part of the canvas to deselect it, selecting the bottom part, then I'll just use the arrow keys on my keyboard and move it around a bit. If I like that one, I'll select it, duplicate, move it down. Let's move these. There's a different look. When I've finished a design, I select all of it and I go Path Union. Because of course if I look in outline mode again, this design at the moment has got lines that are crossing each other, so they're going to cut. So while it's in outline mode, let's select it, go Path Union. You can see now that is one piece. So let's grab the zigzag line now. I should duplicate it and move it. There's my zigzag line. I'll duplicate it. Once again, I'll flip it vertical to see what happens. There we go. I've got a different look again. Duplicate it, move it down, click onto a blank part of the canvas, click onto the lower part of the design, use the arrow keys on the keyboard and start moving them around. Duplicate, click onto a blank part. This time I might move the arrow to the left. I'm selecting both parts. I'll go Path Union. Of course you're not limited to just that. I'll just duplicate it. So we've got the same design. This time I'm going to go Path Break Apart. And just separate the pieces. Now this I could actually use as a stencil cut, for example across the bottom of a card. Shown here are all the designs I've just created in a few minutes on this video. So if you're like me and lack the talent to draw, it doesn't matter. Just draw a line and start experimenting. I hope this helps anybody who's starting out. Thank you.